Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I feel sad filming this video. I thought about for a while if this was even something I wanted to film, and I was like, you know what? This is something that I think is really important to know about the city. So today's video is on my number one, by far, least favorite thing about living in Chicago. If you guys are new here, my name's Kyra. I make a ton of videos about living in Chicago, and honestly, I love this place. I love this place so much. I will live here forever. I don't know if you can see my little sign. It literally says Chicago forever and ever. This city literally has everything that I could ever want in a city, but there is just one thing about Chicago that breaks my heart like every year, and it just sucks. Louis, I need cuddles. I'm sad talking about this. Thank you for your emotional support. Okay, without further ado, my number one least possible favorite thing about Chicago is that Chicago is a very transient city. That means that a lot of people move to Chicago, but a lot of people leave as well. Some people leave and move to the suburbs, and a lot of people just move to different states and leave to Florida or California or Arizona or New York or literally anywhere else, but they leave Chicago. I personally have a really hard time socially because of that. I am a very social person. I love to invest myself emotionally into my relationships and my friends and like building a community around me, and I just have a really hard time with the fact that like I will put my all into these friendships and then people will up and leave. I don't think you get that when you live in your like small hometown. I think you build these relationships and you know that those people will be there forever and they'll raise their families there, and like you're investing in these people and you know that they will be your long-term friends and in your community for the next 20 years. And I don't have that here. My very best friends in the city all live downtown now. We love it so much, but like it's totally possible that they will move back home or move to the suburbs, and the suburbs isn't that far, but it is different. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna have that same community of like my friends living down the block forever. There will always be new friends, and that's fine, and I love that, but I really cherish the casualness of a friendship where you can just like hang out and catch up and like not have to be doing something. And that's kind of hard to do in Chicago because there's always something to do and people leave. In my first 2 years of being in the city, I made fantastic friends. I made friends who took Chicago from being a city that I live in to my home, and we got so close, and I got close with their families, and I was in their weddings, and they move away. And I get it. Like I'm not mad at them for it. I hold no bad feelings towards them because that was their next step in their life. But like just as someone who's going to be here, it just makes it hard. And I've talked to other friends about this, and like I know that that's something that they feel like they struggle with too. It's just like Chicago is so transient, and it's really hard putting your all into friendships, especially as an adult when you're just like so busy, just to have people move away and then feel like you have to start over from scratch. I love Chicago. I'll never leave. Every time I meet someone else who says that they love Chicago and they'll never leave, I like gravitate towards that person because I'm like, oh my God, thank God I'll know you for a long term, but it's not the norm. Chicago's super transient. People come and go, and I want all of my people to stay. I am also the personality type that like if I could buy a building and move all of my friends into that building and have us have a weekly Sunday dinner together, like that's my dream. It's the only time that I get like, not jealous, but I feel like the appeal of going to the suburbs when I see people with like their neighbors who live down the block and they're going on afternoon walks, or their kids are playing together, or like sitting on their front porch and having a glass of wine, and I'm like, I want that. Like I want my people near me long term. In the grand scheme of things, this is a very small problem to have, but it is just something that like, I don't know, it makes it hard to feel established in relationships in the city. I'm sad. I don't like this video because it's a sad topic. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and if this is something that you relate with. I feel like this is probably the case for a lot of bigger cities, like your San Francisco, New York, LA kind of thing. I don't know about LA. I just don't understand that place. People live there when they're young and then they gravitate out towards the suburbs. And who knows? I could be totally wrong in 10 years and move to the suburbs, but I really just don't see that happening for me. How do I convince all of my friends to live in a building with me forever and ever until we are old and we die? All right, guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts and like if you feel like this is something that stands true to you when you're in the city as well. But that's my topic for the day. I really felt the need to make this video because I recently did a video on the 5 things that I hate about Chicago, and I did not include this one in there, and this honestly hits home as number 1 for me. So if you want to check out that video next, I will put that video right here.